Well, you know what that music means, the spirit of China. And tonight we are wrapping up our Spirit of China with a really unique story that Scott found with his photographer, Steve Rhodes.
Yep.
And they're all about noodles.
Yeah, it is, in fact, noodles. You know, we travel to Chinatowns in San Francisco, Chicago, and New York City. You're going to find great noodle dishes on all the restaurant menus. But we discovered the most enjoyable experience is actually watching the chefs create hand-pulled noodles. This is like a performance in the kitchen.
The importance of noodles. It's kind of like the importance of like air, water, and shelter. You know, to somebody who's so Chinese, right?
Well, hand-pulled noodles are all about showmanship.
It's just a big dough. You pull it, and then you fold it again, and then you pull it. It just keeps pulling and folding.
It's like a magic act. So you go to see the chef making it, and he's pulling it. I can't do it.
爱吃这些面条嘛，特殊就是也对这个面条有天分，从小就喜欢学这个。
I love noodles. I can eat noodles every day.
Wow, such an art to them making that. So what is the big difference between doing it by hand versus noodles that are made by a machine?
It's a good question because the chef told me the machine-made noodles can taste chewy and hard. Hand-pulled noodles are actually softer, and Chef Zhang told me that he's got customers that still come back to his restaurant in New York City's Chinatown because they notice a difference in the taste of his noodles compared to anywhere else that don't actually pull those noodles.
And then you add the consistency on top of that.
Yeah, it's a neat thing. All
Thanks,
right.
Scott.
Well, the highlight of this Spirit of China series for me was meeting all of these Chinese Americans and hearing their stories. And since this is our last show, we want to thank all the people who made our story so memorable. In New York City, Grace Young was vital to our storytelling. She's known as the stir-fry guru. Grace became a huge advocate for supporting Chinatown shops and restaurants during the pandemic. Joanne Kwong was instrumental to our story on shopping in Chinatown, a second-generation store owner who helped beautify this historic neighborhood with 1,000 lanterns. In San Francisco, we met so many wonderful Chinese Americans. Tain Chan is known as the Wok Lady, selling woks and using puns for more than 50 years. She definitely walks the walk. We love meeting all the young people associated with Lion Dance Me, the dance troupe showcasing a new twist on the ancient Chinese tradition of lion dance. Kevin Chan was another favorite of ours. He owns the Golden Gate Fortune Cookie Factory. Kevin was so patient as I learned how to make fortune cookies. He also introduced us to the painter known as the Finger King. He's the Chinese American who paints with his fingers. No paintbrushes, no problem for Ben Wong. We love spending time with Wei Shanlil. She's the musician who spent her entire life playing the Chinese instrument known as the guzheng. In San Francisco, we love meeting Valerie and Andrea. They're the authors of Chinatown Pretty, a celebration of fashionable seniors with amazing backstories in Chinatowns all across America. In Chicago, a big shout out to ZJ Tong. He's the social media influencer who took me on a food tour of Chicago's Chinatown and even got me to eat baby octopus. And finally, our thanks to everyone at the Chinese American Museum of Chicago. They helped us tell the story of Chinese immigration. And they introduced us to the one-man band. Kerry showed off his musical skills on a variety of Chinese instruments that he created in his own garage. All of these Chinese Americans and so many more helping us tell the spirit of China. And a big thank you tonight to our photographer extraordinaire, Steve Rhodes. He is a master in the edit bay, really the creative genius behind all of these Spirit of China stories. Steve and I have traveled the world together on Olympic assignments since 2006. He's so talented. He's tireless in terms of his story presentations, and certainly the most humble colleague I've ever worked with. These stories are special because of Steve Rhodes.
Yeah, sometimes the most talented and the most humble.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful package.
Yeah,
so
he's
nice
done a
job.
great job.